Hi guys, welcome back. It has been 2 years-ish since I picked up this camera, which is really wild to say. I was looking back at some of my old footage that is currently on this SD card before I started filming today, and it's just, first of all, my hair looked bad, really bad, and I just don't think I knew what I was doing back then, but I'm really excited to be shooting here with you guys today. We're going to recap everything and kind of give a reintroduction of everything. Again, I feel like it's been just so long since we've talked and I've been able to talk for more than a minute here on YouTube. So we're doing a reintroduction on what the heck has happened and what has been going on in my life, and then I have something exciting to share at the end of the video. I just want to get through everything first. Timeline wise, I'm so excited. I just want to say it now, but it'll make sense when you hear it at the end after everything. So stay tuned until then because you guys are gonna like it. First of all, who am I? Great question. If you're new here or if you're joining back after 2 years, or you just need a refresh because I feel like I haven't actually said how it all started and who I am here on YouTube before, but my name is Morgan Book, M-O-R-G-A-N-N. There is 2 N's on that. We'll get that out of the way. It's okay if you don't remember. No one spells it right. And my last name is actually legally Book. It's simply a coincidence that I also like to read, and I'm 20 years old. I turned 21 on Friday. And I have been creating content for 4.5 years now. My start on social media was kind of random. I was 16, I was in grade 11. My family had just opened up our second Dairy Queen, and my best friend was like, you need to start a TikTok account for the store. She was like, people will love it. At the time I didn't see the point. I was like, no, could be cool. I don't know. Sorry, Brooke, you were right. So in January of 2020, I was working at the store with my coworker Mara, and we filmed 2 videos. We filmed how to make an ice cream cake and how to make a treats pizza, put them both up on TikTok, went back to work, came back to my phone a couple hours later, blown up. And then the next morning I woke up with 40,000 followers on the account. I didn't really know what I had created. I left it for a little bit. COVID hit. They froze our grades at school. I don't know how it worked for everyone, but at my high school and in the Hamilton District School Board, whatever your grade was pre-pandemic was the grade you had for the rest of the semester. So I kind of went with that. I had really good grades before the pandemic. So I started working full-time at the Dairy Queen with my family, which meant I had a lot of free time on my hands to film at the store and post content. And at the time I wasn't even doing voiceovers. I was just filming someone else making something or having someone else film me making something, and I would throw in a trending viral sound and put it up and people loved it. It wasn't until July of that year of 2020 where I was like, okay, maybe this can be something else. At the time, Dylan LeMay, who originally worked at Cold Stone, was doing those point of view how to work at Cold Stone videos. And I reached out, I was like, hey, brilliant idea. Can I do this for Dairy Queen? And he was like, yeah, of course. During the summer, I was posting upwards of 7 times a day, which is what? I went back and checked too, and I don't know how I was doing that. I hit 1 million followers that summer. It was a very weird year on top of the pandemic, and the local and national news had found me as well, which was terrifying, exciting, but terrifying. I was very much used to being behind the camera, so to go on live television and decorate a cake for people to see was whoa. At the same time, I was in grade 12 with the high school opinions of my classmates, and it was just interesting. And that went on for about a year, I would say. I don't even know if I had posted my face more than a couple times on the account. Again, I loved being behind the camera. And then probably end of 2021, beginning of 2022, brands were starting to reach out. I didn't know what I was doing there in the slightest, and I wanted to incorporate more of my life and myself and what I was studying in school into my videos. So I ended up signing with management at the beginning of 2022, and I am still with them today. They're great. Around the same time, I started posting here on YouTube. I started posting on Instagram and Snapchat, all the other platforms, and then it kind of clicked in that this could be something more, and I fell in love with it at this point while also still trying to figure out my own life. At this time I would have been in first year university. I went from wanting to be a doctor or something in the medical field in high school to wanting to be a lawyer to then first year university wanting to go into psychology and neuroscience and then still go to law school. Then I almost failed a first year course in neuroscience, got a D+, worst grade I've ever gotten in my entire life. realized that path wasn't for me. And then I went the political science route, which is what I studied throughout all of university, and loved it. And that kind of brings us to where we are now, or at least in the last 6-ish months or so, because I feel like not everything, a lot has changed since January. I think one of the main ones that if you told my younger self I would be doing, or like my first year self, I would have said you were insane, but I made the decision to change my honors BA in political science to just a regular BA in political science, which meant I was going from a 4-year degree to a 3-year degree. My current self now, one of the best decisions I have made all year. I very much felt like I was living this double life. It was totally fine creating content in grade 11, 12, first year university and second year university. It was more third year. Things didn't go south, but I very much felt a little overwhelmed a lot. I was still doing a full course load, so I had 5 courses per semester, and I tried to take the easiest courses that I would still enjoy and that were online. So I was probably in 2 or 3 online courses, I think, this past year, which was necessary because I traveled 9 times for work throughout 3rd year. So recently on June 12th, 2024, I graduated at McMaster University with a BA in political science. And it was a very bittersweet day, mainly because I was very happy and relieved to just be done. But I've always loved school. I was very much academically inclined. I needed the academic validation for most of my school days. And it just felt very weird to not have something to fall back on. I always had school as like the other part of my life, the other part of me, and then I didn't have that, but that was about 2 weeks ago. I feel much better now than I did on the graduation day. Another monumental thing that happened in and around graduation was we got a 3rd dog, which is fun. I wish I could show you him. I'll put in a photo, but his name is Enzo. He is a Boston Terrier. He is such a sweetheart. He's actually really good for a puppy. We've had a bunch of puppies between the 2 Goldens that we've had, and we usually foster every now and then. This guy, he's good. He listens, he knows his name. He still pees in the house sometimes, but he won't pee in his crate. Kind of an angel. I will say it's very weird having a small dog in the house because we're so used to having the bigger Goldens. So now we have this little pipsqueak thing that we have to make sure we don't step on, and he likes to play like tug of war with the bigger dogs who are evidently stronger than him. So it's just it's different. It's a very fun aspect to have in the house right now. Another change is this filming space. I found it very hard to film and work and read and sleep all in my room sometimes, so I converted this space into my like office filming studio space, as well as like a little mini library, I guess. I ordered this bookshelf off of Amazon. Took me like 3 hours to put together, and you're supposed to put it into the wall, but I think it's sturdy enough to just like hang out there without being screwed into the wall. I'm trying to see what I've read recently to show. Oh, here we go, these ones. I've been kind of in a little slump just because I've been busy, but my last 3 reads, Legends and Lattes, I read this for a TikTok, but I didn't like it. It was very much, and I know the synopsis and good whatever says this, I just didn't realize to what extent. It was very much, it's like a cozy fantasy read. It was very much a fiction book with fantasy like characters and aspects. But if you're reading like ACOTAR and Throne of Glass and The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and this is the complete opposite vibe. So the other ones are what I'm used to. This wasn't for me. It was cute. It was just kind of bland. Then I read Dirty Lying Fairies, which was surprisingly good, actually. This is more of like typical fantasy, like soulmate, fae kind of deal. I think I finished it in 1 sitting. It was kind of just like one of those guilty pleasure reads, but like actually good. Okay, we'll save the best for last. Funny Story by Emily Henry. I know I have said words about her other books. I think this is one of my favorite books of all time. People on TikTok were very much like, oh, it gives Nick and Jess vibes from New World. And I was like, sold. Immediately bought it, and it was $39. I don't know in what world we're buying $40 books, but I mean, it was kind of worth it. Did it give Nick and Jess vibes? Sort of, in the sense that both characters just got broken up with and then they move in together. And they fake date in this one. They don't fake date in New Girl, but the characters kind of give similar vibes because she is very structured and loves books and likes to read and works at a bookstore, if I'm not mistaken, and he is kind of a mess and a slob, but you love them both. I've also read a fantastic 4th book. That will be my book club pick for July because surprise! I have a book club now that I'm launching. You guys are actually the first to know I haven't announced it anywhere. It's very much been in the works for a while, but I didn't want to do it while I was still in school. I wanted to do it right and I wanted to give it my all. Felt like I couldn't do that while I was living that student, content creator, traveler, triple-double life. So it's finally happening and it's launching this week and I am announcing the book next week, which I have already read and vetted because I wanted one that everyone was going to love, and trust me, you will. I'm calling it the Bookish Club. On Instagram right now, it is at thebookish.club, so go follow it. I'm like plugging my own things, but seriously, I'm like, I don't even know what to say, but I do. I'm just having trouble getting the words out. I'm just very excited to have somewhat new but somewhat current community of readers and aspiring readers and total bookworms, just a space where we can read the same book each month and talk about it and just have this close-knit community. And there's more things coming with the book club over the next couple months. I just wanted to tell people. No one knows. You guys are literally the first people. I haven't said it on Instagram or TikTok. My family knows, my team knows. That's kind of about it. But it's finally here and I'm just so excited. I think those are all the life updates that this chair really squeaks. I think those are all of the life updates that I had for you guys. Grad was huge. Dog was big. Book club is endlessly exciting. Oh, I'm going to New York in a couple days for my birthday. I turned 21 on Friday, which I don't know if anyone else, definitely people feel this way. My birthday isn't my favorite day in the world. I don't love the attention of just one day, and 21 is also kind of a scary age. So I didn't want to be home. I didn't want to be in like my normal routine on my birthday. I wanted to go to New York because my parents and I fly out this week. And I think that'll be fun. I have no plans at all. But I love the bus and busy of the, I don't know what that phrase is. The busyness of the city I love. And on that note, I'm gonna try and film while I'm there. And if you guys have any other video ideas though that you want me to do, I have endless ideas and like stuff planned out on my computer, but I love hearing what you guys actually want to see. So please comment below what you think would be cool or what you want to see, and I will see you guys next time, or I'll see you in New York.